What you want to do is you want to run around town until you find the opening and then go out, and you'll find yourself in the Blood Moor, where you'll start finding
this wilderness.
where you'll start finding enemies that you can kill. To attack an enemy, just walk up to it and left click on it to attack it. Every single time you kill an enemy, you gain experience points. It's a classic RPG. We'll talk about these shrines and stuff a bit later on. I'll talk about this one right now, though. Whenever you see this shrine, if you click on it, you'll instantly recover all of your HP. It is best used not now, but later on when you're low on health. Every single time your opponent attacks you, he deals damage to you. Sometimes he might miss, though. In this first area, you should run around as much as you can and get as much experience and just kill everything you see and pick up everything that they drop. That's basically what you want to do when you first start the game. Here you may find loose boulders or hidden stashes around the map. If you go up to it and left click on it, they will sometimes drop items. Not always, but most of the time they will. Anyways, what we're going to do is we're just going to continue along. I like to go around the edges and then go into the middle. That way I know how big the area is and where the area goes, stops, and starts back up. I'll be talking more about the enemies a bit later. The zombies are the strongest monsters that you face in this area right now, and as you can see, this fallen one dropped a leather armor. What you want to do is click on here, see what the durability and required strength is. Every single item in the game requires, well, most of the items require a certain attribute. So this one I can equip right away, and we want to because our character is a paladin, which is a person who uses that kind of armor. So we will continue on, and until I find this one waypoint. Anyways, fallen ones will become very important later on. Will become more of a threat in the next area. Now, here are two new items. The first item that they dropped is only available in the expansion pack, and it is a charm, a grand charm that takes up 3 spaces. You also notice that it's not blue. That has the blue text for the item. There are different color text items that indicate different rarities. There's white, which is a normal item. There's blue, which is a magic item. There's yellow, which is a rare item. There is gold, which is a unique item, and there is kind of an orangish for crafted items, and there is green, a bright green for set items. I'll explain those if we get any. Anyways, as you notice, any item rarity above blue text will, except for crafted, will always be unidentified. You want to use a scroll of identify in order to identify it. So you do that, right click on the scroll of identify, move your cursor over to whatever item it is you want to identify, and then left click on it. What a charm basically does is you keep it in your inventory to gain a bonus. And as you can obviously tell, scrolls of identify and scrolls of town portal are going to be very important in your quest, and we'll be getting an item fairly soon to enable us to keep multiples of them in two inventory spaces for each. So one 2 slot here for one of them, and the other one for the other one. So we got this Grand Charm agreed, which every magic and so on has certain enchantments that are in blue text, and it shows you that from now on, every single time we kill a monster, we'll gain 13% extra gold from monsters. The other item I picked up is a gem. They come in 5 grades: chipped, flawed, normal, flawless, and then perfect. In order from lowest grade to highest grade. There's a certain item that we can use to make them get use multiple gems to make them into higher grade gems, but that's not until much later. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this minimap back on and continue on. We're gonna go up here, kill this zombie. Loose rock, which oh my god, I wasn't expecting to get a rare item right off the bat or a level up. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this rare item because rare items are pretty rare. I'm gonna move it over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and organize my inventory really quick. And then what we're gonna do is I'll talk about you can also find loose rocks in addition to the other two to help you along the way. Here's a rejuvenation potion and another minor healing potion. Rejuvenation potions heal 35% of life and mana, which is very useful.
Turn
right
back.
Here,
I can tell that you need
will
more
tell you to
experience
turn back because you need more experience to fight the things around here safely. However, you can just run right by her, and I recommend you do this for one thing and one thing only, and then you should turn back around. And that is this waypoint. Once you activate it, you can instantly go back to the Rogue Encampment at any time. The final thing I'm going to talk about is level ups. Every time you level up, you gain 5 stat points, and you gain 1 skill point. You have 3 different... I'm going to talk about the skill tree first. You have 3 different kinds of skills that you can learn, and each of them is different in its own way. They each have certain requirements and give you certain benefits. The first level, which is the top one, is that you can start learning skills is level 1, then is 6, then is 12, then is 18, then is 24, and then is 30. And I'm not going to talk about the other characters, but I'm going to talk about the Paladin. The Paladin has 3 different kinds of things you can learn, skills you can learn: defensive auras, offensive auras, and combat skills. What I like to do right off the bat is get 1 skill in Might, which increases your damage by 40%, which will help immensely later on. Now for the stats. Paladins, you want to have high vitality, decent amount of dexterity, not too much, and of course a good amount of strength. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and put 3 into strength and 2 into vitality. What strength does, it increases the amount of attack damage you do with the weapon you're carrying. Dexterity increases the attack rating, which raises your chance of hitting, and as well as your defense, which lowers the chance that your opponent will hit you and will show you the chance that you have of blocking its attack. Vitality raises your maximum stamina, and life and energy raises your maximum mana. We'll talk about these later when we get something that actually has something like that. And that's going to be it for this episode. In the next episode of this series, we are going to deal with identifying this. So until then, this has been Razorflamekun, and may all of your days shine.